Hey love, welcome to the channel. It's your girl Lucious.z, and if you're new to Canada or you're planning to move here soon, please watch this before renting your first apartment, because sis, it is not just about finding a place, it is about avoiding stress, it's about avoiding scams and unnecessary struggle. I'm going to give you real tips I wish someone had told me when I first landed. Let's get into it. Let's start with the truth. Rent in Canada is no joke, especially in places like Toronto or Vancouver. Before you even start looking, you need to know your budget. Rent doesn't always include things like hydro, internet, or laundry. So make sure that you always ask what is included before you sign anything. You don't want to be caught off guard. A place that says 1,200 might actually cost you 1,500 or more once the extra bills start to roll in. So you need to make sure you ask the right questions. Now, another thing people don't talk about enough: what landlords expect from you. You usually need proof of income, a job letter, a credit report. Even if you are new, yes, you still need the credit report, and sometimes they would ask for references or guarantors. If you don't have a Canadian credit history yet, some landlords might ask for like few months payments upfront. And to be honest, it's not ideal, but it can help you secure a place while you're just starting out. Don't forget to ask questions. Honestly, it is very important. Still on that, what landlords will ask you: if if you're going to pay, like if you're looking at a place and let's say you like the place, they're giving you the list and everything, they usually ask, landlords here, they usually ask for you need to have your first and last month's rent handy. Like you have to have it down, because they usually ask you for that. First month and last month rent, you need to make sure you have that money. So you need to, aside knowing your budget, you need to have that money in hand. Some landlords are not patient at all, and to be honest, some of them are, like I said, they are scammers. So you have to be very, very careful so you don't fall into the wrong hands and you don't make mistakes and start regretting. Me personally, I would say, like, ask questions, make sure you're seeing the list, make sure everything is clear and concise, because especially in a place where you don't know anyone, they would, especially for immigrants, they like, so most of these landlords, they will take advantage of you. They will take advantage of the fact that this girl, she doesn't know anything, or this guy, he just came, so they would want to scam you, or they would want to. So you need to make sure you know what you're doing. Use your street sense. Don't let them outsmart you. As a proper, especially if you're a Nigerian babe or you're a Nigerian guy, don't let them outsmart you. Use your street sense. Also, the good thing about joining those groups is that you get to meet like fellow Nigerians too, that like are renting places. Some people rent out places that it's not even theirs. Maybe it's like they're subletting, and sometimes the landlords don't know, and so you might get into trouble like that. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So make sure you're always asking the right questions so that you don't fall into the wrong hands. Okay, now please hear me when I say this: do not send money to anyone on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji without seeing the place in person. I have seen so many people, like way too many people, especially newcomers, get scammed. If the rent seems too good to be through, or they are rushing you to please make a deposit, that is a huge red flag. If they would not let you to view the place or talk over the phone, my brothers and sisters, run. Something I personally recommend, especially for like students who just came and they don't know anybody here in Canada yet, consider staying in your school's residence at least for your first semester. Hear me when I say this. I know. The thing is, some persons might be like, oh, it's expensive. But like when I did the math between the dining plan, being close to school, and not paying for transport every single day, it actually worked out cheaper than renting outside. Plus, you can still cook your own meals if you want. And then the space is made to be comfortable for students. So I don't think it's a bad plan, especially when you don't have anybody here. Sure, there are a few rules and it might not be like super luxurious, but let's be honest, it is clean, it is safe, and it is close to everything. That alone is peace of mind, and it is very, very worth it. So I feel like that's just the best thing, especially when you don't know anybody here. Just at least you're close to school, close proximity. For me, I stayed in an Airbnb for a few days before the residence opened, and honestly, that short stay, it saved me. It gave me time to breathe, explore the area a little, and then move into the rest without rushing. So if you're coming from Nigeria or anywhere else and you don't know anyone here, please just take my advice and start with staying in the residence. It is honestly a smart move. It helps you to settle in, get used to transit because they are boss here. You will get missing, and it just makes your transition so much easier. Trust me, like this is first hand advice. Once you're ready to find something like off campus, maybe you've stayed in the residence for like a semester, or you're looking for something more permanent, then make sure you're using trusted platforms and websites like View It, rentals.cars, on par, or even your school's board, your school housing board. They usually have all those are great places for you to start. And yes, you can join Facebook groups like Nigerians in Canada or Toronto Rentals. All those things too can be very, very helpful. But make sure you use common sense. I repeat, never ever pay without viewing first. You need to be viewing it in person. Don't let them tell you rubbish. View it in person. Now let's talk red flags, because there are plenty. If someone is asking you for cash only, won't give you a lease, or is avoiding your questions, that is a no. If they don't let you view the place before asking for money, they are using sketchy payment methods. Also, no. Make sure you ask for a lease. Like, you have to see it. Make sure you ask for a lease and take your time to read it. Please don't feel pressured to rush into anything. No matter how desperate you might feel or how desperate you think you need a house, it's not worth it if you go and make a mistake and you end up progressing. So I believe those are the basics I wish I knew before moving to Canada. Housing can be a lot, but like with the right information like this one, you will avoid the worst and save yourself the stress. If you have any questions or you are currently looking for a place, drop them in the comment section and I would respond to every single one. Like this video if it helped you, and subscribe for more real talks about life in Canada. And I just want to say you're not alone and you got this. Bye.